To you, hey, good morning to you, hey, let's get to it, let's get to it, let's get to it, let's get to it, hey, let's get up, let's get up, let's get up. Good morning, Grand Rising, Rich Rising, happy new day. It feels good to be home, it feels good to be back, man, and right back over here, man. I know y'all that missed me. I have been MIA for 3 days. I know. We don't have morning walk and worship on Monday. Then I was out of town Tuesday and Wednesday. Just got back home. So, I know we a little bit behind. We're a little bit behind, but we going to catch it all the way back up right now on today. we going to get caught up this week. Good morning, Grand Rising, Rich Rising. Happy new day to you guys, man. And if you are not waking up in your best mood today, then I want to say this to you. What's the reason? What's the reason? Why are you not in your best mood right now? Why are you not in your best mood right now? That needs to be, you need to find out why you're not in your best mood so that you can get in your best mood, because you deserve to have a beautiful day. Understand that you deserve to have a beautiful day. Thank you so much to Keisha Hodges. Appreciate you, Danielle. Danielle, man, already blessing up over there on the Book of Many Faces. Appreciate y'all. Can we get 10 badges? Can we get 10 badges on the gram? Go ahead and get that going over there so we can go ahead and reach our morning starting goal. Where y'all at 538. The goal is 10K. Let's reach that 10K goal. Let me go ahead and pin that for you, Crystal. Good morning, Grand Rising, Rich Rising. Come on in the room. Hey, come on in the room. Yes, come on in the room. Jesus is my doctor, and he writes out all of my scriptions in the room. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that first badge, Broncos. I hope I ain't pronouncing it wrong, but thank you so much. Got the first badge over there on the gram. I appreciate you so much, man. Y'all double tapping on the screen. Let's get in here. Let's get on in here. Appreciate you, Stephanie. Stephanie, I appreciate that love you got going on over there, man. Listen, hey, sometimes you got to drop a note for him. Sometimes I have to drop a note for him. Say, Coach, you got to talk to me nice this morning. Talk to you nice this morning. Okay. Good morning, Giselle. Is it Giselle? Good morning, Giselle. How you doing this morning? You know what I'm saying? I be trying to talk to y'all nice. I do. I be trying to talk to y'all nice. What's going on? Say, fill me up over here. Man, I got one side over here. I got my left side. Say, talk to him nice. I got my right side. Say, fill him up this morning. What y'all say in the middle? What y'all say over here in the middle? What y'all got going on the Book of Many Faces? How y'all doing? Say, he gives me all of my medicine in the room. That's my part too, friend. Appreciate you so much, Miss Johnson. Y'all loving me down over here. That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, I missed y'all too. I missed y'all too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping and praying that you guys have showed up. Y'all got y'all ink pens. Y'all got y'all black ink pen, y'all red ink pen, y'all highlighter, got y'all notebook, and y'all are ready to go. Man, y'all are ready to go. We need 9 more badges. We need 9 more badges over there on the gram. There we go. Christina 1019 got one. So we need 8 more badges over there on the gram, man. We got to get that work done over there on the gram. Y'all be slow rolling sometime. What we got? Oh, come on, TikTok. 4.8 already. Let's go. That's right. Double tapping on that screen. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. About to reach that goal already. Is it Vita? Vita Aubrey. I appreciate you so much for that CA this morning. Thank you so much. Soul Rising. Appreciate you so much. We need 7 more. 7 more over there on the gram real quick. 7 more badges on the gram. We got 3. We need 7. There we go. Gigi McGross. We need 6 more. 6 more over there. Book of Many Faces. Y'all already got y'all goal, man. Y'all are at 510. That's the starting goal. And we what? The goal is 2K. Y'all are well on your way already. So yes, we gonna get into it on this morning. And what I'm gonna be talking about this morning gonna be a little bit of it's gonna be a little something today. Michelle, thank you so much for that love. Denise Bridges, thank you so much for that CA this morning. Truly appreciate you guys, man. Thank y'all so much. One of the things that I want to talk about this morning is the power of you speaking. Right? I need for you guys to understand that it's okay. It's really genuinely okay for you to tell your truth. Right? It's so many people that are suffering in silence. So many people who are just walking around and you thinking that nobody don't understand you, that nobody's going to get it, that everybody's going to judge you, everybody's going to bash you, everybody's going to feel a certain type of way about you. And what I want you to know is this right here. That's nothing but the trick of the enemy. That's nothing but the trick of the enemy. enemy to keep you from telling your truth, to keep you from telling your story, to keep you from having your testimony. This is what he'll do. He'll go outside of his way to try to silence you. Understand me? Outside of his way to do that, because as long as you're quiet, then he can continue he can continue finding new victims. As long as you're quiet, I want y'all to really hear me this morning. That's why I say go ahead and double tap on the screen. I wanted us to go ahead and get this stuff done so that I can just go out here, right? I want you to know that the enemy wants you quiet, wants you very quiet, because as long as you are quiet, then he can continue to gain more victims and more victims and more victims. Because if nobody ever speaks up, then it's like they just got away with it, right? They got away with it because it was never exposed. That don't stop until somebody say something. And once somebody say something, then everybody else, well, it happened to me too, and it happened to me too, and it happened to me too. Understand me? You will be amazed how many people are actually going through the same thing that you're going through. You will be amazed how many people are sharing the same story that you have, and they're waiting on somebody to open up and be honest about it. You don't have to suffer in silence. I want you to know that. I came here, I've been waiting to get on here just so that I can say that to folk, because I'm having session after session after session with people that are saying, well, you know what, I just never opened up and I never told nobody. I never said nothing about this, that, and the third, because of how things were set up and all of this as far as the family and the churches and the community and all of that. And I just didn't want that. I want you to understand something real quick, right? I need for you to fully understand this. You deserve to be heard. Don't sit and just hoard no negative energy, no negative feelings, and allow that. Understand me, that hurt that you experience, that betrayal that you experience at that moment, to become a part of your everyday life. Something that you just sit with every single day, that you drag around every single day. When you do that, I want you to imagine this right here. And you trying to figure out why you so tired, why you feel so heavy, why you feel so drained, why you feel so overwhelmed with stuff. I want you to imagine this real quick. Have you ever seen somebody whose stomach is huge? It's just grown all the way out, almost like they pregnant. Understand me, their shoulders rear back like a pregnant woman. Their pelvic, everything is boosted up towards the front, like, and it's a big old ball in their stomach. It's like you carrying around a tumor inside of your stomach. Understand me? And it's all swollen. You have to wear the maternity pants and all of that, but it's no baby that's in there. It's no baby that's in there. That's hurt. That's pain. That's betrayal. That's let down. That's disappointment after disappointment after disappointment after disappointment that you're just simply carrying right there with you. Everywhere you go, you're walking around with that thing right there with you. And then you're trying to figure out why you feel like how you feel. Why you going, like, I just don't know, ain't nothing really happened, but I got a lot on my mind. Baby, listen here. Listen to me when I tell you this. It's time to get all that off your mind then. That's what, if you can say as clear as day to an individual, oh, ain't nothing wrong with me, I just got a lot on my mind, then it's time to do what? It's time to decompress the mind. It's time to relax the mind. It's time to get into meditation. Understand me? It's time to free up that space inside of your mind. It's time out for us knowing exactly what's wrong with us, but not doing anything to correct it. That's notes for somebody. Put that in your note. Might want to throw a little ink on that, put a little highlight across the top of that. It's time out for us knowing, being full aware of what's going on in our life, but then doing nothing about it. You see how something so small that we got used to saying, that we just say it all the time without thinking about it. I just got a lot on my mind. How many people going to be honest and say, that was me? I know I be saying that. I just be like, ain't nothing really wrong. Ain't nothing really happened. I just got a lot on my mind. And you don't even think about the fact that you're saying, I got a lot on my mind, which is now you're answering what's wrong. You're saying nothing ain't wrong, but I got a lot on my mind. Then that's what's wrong. You have a lot on your mind. So if you have a lot on your mind, the responsibility is getting it off. Now the new responsibility is getting it off. How do I get this off my mind? What do I need to do in my life, right? To rid this, right? I want to separate myself from this. I don't want to walk around every day and my mind is cloudy. I don't want to walk around every day and feeling all discombobulated or always feeling like I got this going on, that going on. I don't want to feel that way, right? And a lot of times what happens is when we are hurt in a certain type of way, we start to think that if we go into isolation, if we go over there and we start hiding and doing this and that, that's going to make it go away. And I just came to tell you this morning that, baby, you can hide it all you want. You can compartmentalize it all you want. You can properly organize it all you want. But that's not going to go away until you actually handle the problem. That's not going to go away until you start doing what you need to do to deal with that issue. A problem that's not addressed will forever be a problem. It don't go away just because you don't talk about it. It don't go away just because you try to compartmentalize it. It don't go away because you done went mute on it because they tired of hearing about it. If they tired of hearing about it, then they shouldn't have not done it. Understand me? Don't get mad at me for something that you done to me, and now you don't want to hear me talk about what it is that you done to me. The audacity of some folk, and that's how they do. Oh, that happened a year ago. Oh, that happened last month. I'm ready to move forward. Well, you ready to move forward? I'm not. And if you're not going to be able to deal with the fact that I'm still dealing with the betrayal and the hurt that you brought to my life, then there's the door. You might need to go ahead and mosey on up out of here right now, because you're not going to rush my healing process. You're not going to hurt me and then tell me how long that I'm supposed to cry about the hurt that you brought me. You're not going to betray me and then go over there and try to tell me how long I'm supposed to hurt, how long I'm supposed to cry, how I'm supposed to feel about the betrayal that you brought to me. Who you think you are? This is the mindset of folk. Some people are so twisted inside of their mind that they think that this is normal behavior. It's some folk in their life, understand me, they are so twisted in their thinking that they really feel like that they can hurt you and then control how you respond to the hurt that they brought to you, that they can damage you, understand me, and then they get to determine how you respond to the damage that they brought to you. Baby, the devil is a lie, understand me. And this is why I tell y'all all the time, snip, snip, because snip, snip, get on up out of there. Once they expose to you who they really are at their core self, the best time to leave is yesterday. Oh yeah, because I don't even want to create the pattern. I don't even want to create the pattern. I don't even want you to think that right there, that this right here, my life ain't that. Hello, somebody. Sometimes you have to look at folk and tell them eyeball to eyeball, 10 toes to the ground, baby, my life ain't that. Understand me. You might be able to play with them, but you can't play with me. You might be able to walk them like the dog, but baby, you can't walk me. You might be able to talk to them crazy, but baby, that ain't gonna work like that over here with me. Understand me. And that's how you know people who know their worth, value who they are, versus the ones that's struggling in that area. A person that genuinely knows their worth, they gonna tell you right there where you stand, baby, you can go to hell. Hello, somebody, speedily, mightily, fastly, understand me, you can go to hell. If you think for 1 second that you're gonna stand in my face and play in my face and then think that I'm just gonna sit over here and keep on taking it and taking it and taking it, if you say I'm not a good person, then I'm not a good person. If you say that I'm the villain, then I'm prepared to be the villain, baby. All of us are going to be the villain in somebody's story. And it doesn't matter how good you were to that individual, no matter how much you came through for that individual, they're only going to see you as that villain, and that's okay. What my song is, blame it on me, say it's my fault. As long as it's over, as long as we over, as long as we are done, as long as you up out my face, then I don't care what your story is. As long as you up out my face, up out my way, as long as you ain't taking up space over here in my life with your foolishness, then I'm cool. Understand me. Let me tell you why you have to develop this mentality where you cool with it, because people that genuinely know you, come here, Lily. When people really know you, I'm talking about I'm not talking about just know you. I'm talking about have experienced you. People who have experienced you, have been in your life, been around you, they know you, who you are at your core self. And it doesn't matter what negative thing that anybody go over there and say, guess what? They'll never believe it. They'll never go for it. They will defend you right there in your absence, right there where they talking negatively about you, right there where they over there doing this and that, and oh yeah, oh they'll check them right there where they at. Oh no, that's not even in her character. That's not even in her nature. I know her, like I've experienced her. I have been around her. I've sat there. Oh yeah, those folks are going to defend you, and you ain't even gotta be there. And some of them will be madder about the situation than you will even be mad about, because they can't believe that somebody really thought that they was going to be able to play with you and over there to them, right? The only folk that's going to believe that negativity about you or the lies that's being told about you, the only people that's going to gravitate towards that and hold on to that is who? Folk that believe that anyway. Folk that was feeling that anyway. Folk that was waiting on an opportunity to have somebody say that so they can spread that anyway. They was already a hater from the very beginning. They was already plotting and planning against you from the very beginning. So when somebody came up with something negative to speak about you, they jumped right on in. Why? Because it was already in alignment with the narrative that they had already created. That's why they instant besties. Hello, come on. Okay. It's Thursday. Hey now, say now. Come here. I just want you to know, this is why you don't get caught up in folks. Understand me. Because the people that genuinely know you, that love you, that have experienced you, then guess what they're going to do? They're going to be right there rocking with you. And it could be just you and them, and they still going to be satisfied. But only a hater, a person that's been waiting to hate from the very beginning, oh yeah, they're going to jump on that, because that's exactly what they've been waiting on. You have some folks in your life who have been waiting. Oh yeah, come on. What'd you say? You have some folks in your life that have been waiting. That's for my note takers right there. You have some folks in your life that have been waiting. You have some folks in your life that have been plotting. Some folks in your life that have been planning on a way to take you down. They've been plotting, they've been planning, oh yeah, on a way to take you down. And they're a lot closer than what you think. Hey now, say now. What you say, they a lot closer than what you think. You have to understand that betrayal don't come from the outside. When you are betrayal come from the inside. It comes from the ones that you love the most. Betrayal come from the folk that you think so highly of. Betrayal come from the ones that you think are supposed to be protecting you. Betrayal never comes from the outside. Betrayal always comes from the inside. So in other words, in your notes, it should reflect it's always closer than what you think. Understand me? It's always closer than what you think. It's some folk that's waiting on that opportunity. They're waiting on that moment. Understand me? They're waiting right there. And then as soon as that time comes, they're going to go for it. They are going to go for it. And this is the reason why we as believers, you have to stay prayed up. You have to make sure that you stay prayed up. You have to make sure that you stay in your word. You have to make sure that you're prioritizing every single one of your spiritual practices. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the more that you're exercising your spiritual practices, the more that you're feeding your what? Your spirit of discernment. The more that you are exercising, come on note takers, put it in your notes. The more that you are exercising your spiritual practices, the more that you are feeding your spirit of discernment. Understand me? It becomes stronger and stronger and stronger with every prayer. Stronger and stronger and stronger with every study hour, stronger and stronger and stronger with every moment that you're laying in stillness, like stronger and stronger and stronger. Every single worship session that you have, the more that you're operating with your pressure plan, the more that you're actually feeding your spirit of discernment. Chosen family, what did I tell you that the spirit of discernment does? It gives you the ability to do what? Not just see what's on on a thing, but the ability to see what's in it as well, right? Your spirit of discernment is extremely important to your spiritual journey because it acts as a what? A spiritual parent. Your spiritual discernment, it is very important on your spiritual journey. Get the notes. Stop playing. Get the notes. Understand? Put it in your notes. Why? Because it acts as a spiritual parent. Your spirit of discernment is going to give you the guidance that you need all throughout your journey. You're going to need that. You're going to need that. So prioritizing your spiritual practices, right? Prioritizing your spiritual practices that feeds your spirit of discernment. Prioritizing or exercising your spiritual practices is what does what? It feeds your spirit of discernment. And when it feeds your spirit of discernment, it does what? It causes it to get what? Stronger and stronger and stronger. Friends say, she ain't lying. I'm telling you, the more that you be laying with God, the more things that you used to skip over, you won't even skip over them no more, baby. It'll be hard for you to skip over it because that spirit of discernment will be so keen in your life that it'll lock into it. It's almost like the more that you become partners with God, the more that you get right there with God. Look, just Lily is not playing about her. No, she's talking about it's strengthening it. There you go. There you go, Sid. Exactly. It strengthens it, right? And what happens is once you get locked in with God like that, I'm gonna tell you, it's almost like you got that little radar thing. It's like that thing start going off automatically, right? It's a sound, that alarm that goes off automatically. Understand me? And people like, how did you see that? I would have never even thought that. What made you think of that? They don't understand how you came to what you came to. They don't understand why you turned down what you turned down. They don't understand why you move how you move. But your spirit of discernment is at its highest level. So even though it looked good, it smelled good, even though it looked like the best opportunity, and even though it was something that could have changed your life, you also saw the consequences of it as well. You looked at it and said, yeah, this is really good. However, if I take on this, if I take on that, if I get involved in this or I get involved in that, then that's going to change every other thing that I got going on. And I can't do that. And them folk won't understand why. They be like, oh my God, you could have worked that out. And you already like, no, I couldn't have. Why? Because there's some things in my life, come on, get your red ink pen out. Come on, get your red ink pen out. Yeah. I'm 2 days behind. I got to catch up. Get your red ink pen out. I need y'all to take these notes pretty fast, right? I need you to be ready for this. Because there's some things that I cannot do. Why? Because I cannot compromise my integrity. Understand me? I cannot compromise my spiritual growth. I cannot compromise my development. Understand me? I can't compromise that. These things are things that I have intentionally been building over here. And anything in my life, if those things are going to compromise my integrity, if they're going to compromise my spiritual growth, my mental growth, my emotional growth, understand me, if that's going to slow down my transformation, this thing right here, baby, this personal. Come on, Lisa. Can we be real? Baby, this thing here personal. This personal, baby. I can't compromise that. I can't compromise that with that. And I'm not, we're not doing that right now. We cannot come for no common ground when it comes. These are my non-negotiables. Understand me? These are my non-negotiables. And I don't care how beautiful it looks. I don't care how gorgeous that it looks. Guess what I see? When I see it, I see my inner desire. Chosen family, sit down. Sit down. Don't y'all do it. Yeah. Sit. I'll bring it. Oh, yeah. Those who caught it, they caught it. I see what? I see my inner desires. I see, no. Y'all see it and see it as an opportunity. Y'all see it and y'all see it as this and that. Y'all see it as something that's grand. But me, because I see it from my spiritual eye. Come here, be kind. Understand? I see it with my spiritual eye, right? I see it, and when I see it different. I see it's my inner desire. And I know who operates by using my inner desires. Understand me? I know that right there, that's a trick of the enemy. Because in the book of James, it says what? That we are led astray by our own inner desires. So I know that that thing, that's how that's set up right there. That's my inner desire. That's something that I wanted. So yeah, I wanted that so bad. But now that I'm operating with that high functioning spirit of discernment, right? Now that I'm functioning with that, I see that even though I desire it, even though that's something that I want, that right there, that won't be good for me. Maybe later on, but it won't be good for me right now. Appointed time. Hey now, say now. What'd you say, coach? Hey, come here. Appointed time. Appointed time. When you start operating with that spirit of discernment, you start operating based on that what? Appointed time. And you have to be truthful with yourself, right? When you're operating with that spirit of discernment and you're locked in with God, the way that you're supposed to be locked in with God, guess what? You no longer lying to yourself. See, before you would lie to yourself and you would tell yourself that you were better than what you really and truly were. Understand me? You would tell yourself that you're on a level that you're really not on right now. Understand me? Yeah, I just want to be real. Don't get mad at me. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just saying that when you're outside of the wheel, this is what you do. You scale yourself. You place yourself on a scale in a place that you ain't even at. Understand me? You look at yourself like you're better than what you. Friends say, shake it. Okay. Benny, they not ready for that part. They say they say that's heavy. They say that's heavy right there. People don't want you to say stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is that's how you do it. You are operating out of self. Understand me? You're operating out of self. You're operating out of pride. You're operating out of ego. That's what you're operating out of. Understand me? So when you're operating out of self, when you're operating out of pride and out of ego, then you judge yourself or place yourself on a level that you're not on yet. Understand me? You think that you're better than what you are. Understand me? You ain't even got there just yet. You got a lot more growing and evolving, a lot more learning and everything to do. If you walk up on a demon right now today, they'll whoop you like they whooped them other folk. Understand me? I know Jesus. I know Paul. I know all of them, but who is you? They say the demon whipped them up out their clothes. Understand me? That will be you. Whip them up out their clothes. It's like, wait a minute, how you think you're ready to do this when you ain't even covered that yet? How you think that you're in a position to do this right here when you can't even do the bare minimum yet? But when you're operating out of pride, operating out of ego, operating out of self, then this what happens. But when you start operating, right? When you start operating with that spirit of discernment, the spirit of discernment, it not only corrects and exposes other people to you, but your spirit of discernment also corrects and exposes you to you as well. It will let you know, understand me, hey, come here for a second. You need to fix this right here in your life. Hey, come here. You said you was going to be consistent in this, and you have not been consistent in this. Hey, come here. You said that you was going to not do this anymore, and you done that twice this week. Hey, come here. You said that you was going to cut ties with that, because you already know that this is what it's going to be and this is how it's going to move. And yet you've been on the phone twice already. You done already replied back to every text message. And right now you're showing me that you're not as committed as you say that you are. Understand me? This is how that spirit of discernment is. It ain't going to just expose other folk to you. It's going to expose you to you. And guess what? It exposes you to you before it start exposing other folk to you. That's why I don't receive everything from everybody. Because if your God ain't telling you how to correct your life and what you need to do in your life and how to be committed in your life, understand me, ain't no way in the world he's telling you nothing about mine. How he gonna tell you about me when you a mess? Come on. This is why you can't receive everything from everybody. You have to brush that right on off. I'll tell you real quick, fast, in a hurry. Oh, okay then. Once I hit you with that, oh, okay then. Oh, yeah, you ain't even got to worry about it. I ain't taking nothing that you said seriously. I'm not taking nothing that you said seriously. If I can look at... Now, why would I listen to you? Now, why would I listen to you? When you can't do the bare minimum in your own life. The Bible talks about how he says you had a plank in your own eye. You got things in your own eye that you need to... you can't even see clear. You're not even seeing clear. And you think I'm going to take advice from somebody who can't even see clear? No. This is what I'm saying to you. That spirit of discernment is a very, very important part of your growth journey. As you're growing and evolving in life, understand me, you have to exercise your spiritual practices every day, because this is how you build up your spirit of discernment. This is how it becomes its sharpest. This is how it becomes so keen, but through the work that you put in, right? So this is why it's important. One of the things that you cannot afford to do, you cannot afford to compromise. Baby, I got non-negotiables, and there's things in my life that I'm not willing to negotiate with folk with. When it comes down to my integrity, when it comes down to my spiritual practices, when it comes down to the things that keeps me connected, the things that keep me in alignment with the Most High, oh baby, nah, we ain't playing about none of that. Understand me, because it will, I'm telling you this right here, and I've said this to you guys before, when the enemy cannot get to you, he will most definitely get to you through the people that you know and trust, the people that you love the most. Understand me. Again, note you should already have on there is what? Betrayal never comes from the outside. It's going to always come from the inside, because the enemy is going to do what? He's going to use the ones that you love the most to try to rob you, understand me, of everything that's within you, all of your beauty, all of your love, all of your goodness. This is his job. Understand me. You know this is an evil individual when he says, I want to sift you like wheat. When you set up your day to go to and fro just to see who you can devour, when you set up that, come on, that right there, you have got to be a heartless individual for you to even allow it to come out of your mouth that you want to sift somebody like wheat. Now, come on now. When you have a reputation of you come to steal, to unalive, and to destroy, that don't sound like nobody that you should be negotiating with. That, yeah, sit in that for a second, yeah. What you say? That don't sound like nobody. How you negotiating with somebody when that's who they are in their nature, at their core self? How is it that you think that you can negotiate fairly with this type of individual, this type of being that behaves this way? You are known for this right here. This is what you're willing to do, to steal, to unalive, and destroy. You think you want to be in partnership with somebody that operates like that? You want to be over there locked in with somebody that operates like that? You want to be over there negotiating? Friends say, I just want, the live videos are to trigger you to think, understand me, to think about the small things that we say and we do and that we overlook. When I come out here, I come because I want you to think about these things before we say it. Think about these things before we do it, because the moment that we become those people that start to think again, right? That's what we have to do. We have to become people that think again. We've gotten away from that. We've gotten away from the thinking. And everybody wants somebody just to do it for them or just to give it to them. We have to become a people that think again, that strategize again. Understand me, that we have to. Because there's no way that we would be crying and whining and going through what we're going through right now. We wouldn't be going through this right now if we were thinkers. If we were the type of people that was thinkers, like back in the day when they would think, you had to be a deep thinker. If you could put braid a maze inside of a person's head to lead them to freedom, that's come here, understand me. That's a thinker right there. Did you hear what I said? If you could take braids and put it inside of a person's head that is an actual map to freedom, you have to be a show enough thinker. You have to be, yes, come on. I want you to understand that how people survived back then, always screaming your ancestors, when you gonna start thinking like how your ancestors used to think. Understand me. You want to say ancestor because that's something that you've heard. That's something that you heard, and it's recycled material on every single platform. But when are you going to become a thinker like how they would think back in the day? If you was really thinking and really tapped into your ancestors, then you would know that this shutdown ain't have nothing on what they were going through on a regular basis. Understand me? What they dealt with and still survived. Did you see the bodies of them? I'm talking about really muscular, really cut up, you know what I'm saying, very nourished bodies. I'm talking about what's surviving and also thriving in areas of their life. Very skilled. That's very skilled, very strategic. They was thinkers. We as a people have to become a group of people that think again. That know what it's like to sit down for a second and put together a plan. Right? To sit down and put together a plan. The reason why we all, everybody, I ain't gonna say we all, but the reason why you see folks and they out here and they're in a panic because they never sat down for a second to actually think. They never taken a break to actually sit down and think so that you can think. When you calm, you think clearer, and when you think clearer, then you're strategizing. And the reason why they're in a panic, the way they're in a panic, because they're too busy to stop for a moment to calm down, to be able to think and to strategize. Understand me, if you want to survive this season of your life, you're going to have to become a thinker, a deep thinker at that. You're not going to be able to operate with that shallowness. Understand that. You're going to have to really get out there and think. You're going to have to really go over there and put in 1 and 1 equals what? Understand me. You're going to have to really go over there and show your work. And on top of that, you're going to have to be willing to show your work. And by show your work, I mean, you're going to have to be willing to get up and get out of it. And people, when you start winning, when you start growing, and when you start evolving and things start happening for you, I need for folk to look at it and they'll say, oh, that did not happen for them overnight. That right there, that wasn't something that just fell in their lap. They were working on that. We saw the work that they was putting in. They got up early mornings for that right there. They stayed late nights for that right there. I saw them out there tilling the ground. I saw them out there dropping fertilizer on the ground. I saw them out there with big old buckets on buckets of heavy water. Understand me, I saw their work. It's not just a finished product, but this right here that they got, what's happening in their life, how they're growing and evolving, them becoming who they're becoming, the transformation that you see on that individual. We were able to witness the work. It's going to require work. It's going to require commitment. It's going to require dedication. It's going to require you to go against the grain. Understand me, because some of the folks that you love the most are going to be the main ones that's doing all the talking. It's going to be some of the ones that you love the most that's going to go outside of their way. Understand me, they're going to go outside of their way to make sure that you don't succeed. Believe it or not, as much as y'all want to say, family, family, family. Oh, it's your family, family, family. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why you cannot get caught up in that. Understand me. Today, I'm going to break down to you exactly why you have to work out your own soul salvation. Today, I'm going to get into something. And when I get into it, I don't want nobody, understand me, I don't want nobody to act like it's too harsh, because this is scripture. This is not me making it up. This is in the word, the same word that you want to jump and shout about, the same word that you get quickened about, this going to be word that I'm going to give you. I'm going scripture for scripture. Understand me. And I am going to dismantle this whole entire thing. Do you hear me, Kira? I'm going to dismantle it. I'm going to separate it. I'm going to pull it all the way apart. Do you feel me? Let's listen, Lily. I'm on the way, sis. I'm going to separate it. I'm going to pull it all the way apart. I'm going to dismantle this thing that people in your life, because of their titles, because of the titles that you give them special privileges, because of who they are, you give them special privileges. I am going to show you today why your boundaries have to be fair and consistent all the way across the board. Why you cannot show favoritism to nobody, because even the ones that you love the most will betray you. Even the ones that you're willing to do anything for will betray you, even if they share the same blood as you. Are y'all ready for it? I just want y'all to, I just want y'all to double tap on my screen. Y'all at 97.2K. Go ahead and double tap. Let's get to 100K. Let's get to 100K. We are at 888. Can we go ahead and get to 1,000 on the Book of Many Faces? Can we go ahead and hit 1,000? Can we get 5 badges on the gram? So TikTok, let's double tap until we get to 100K. Over there on the Book of Many Faces, let's get up to 1,000. And over on the gram, let's get 5 badges going on the gram. Yes, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. And that scripture that I'm going to be coming from, it's going to be 2 Samuel chapter 13. I'm going to be coming from 2 Samuel chapter 13. And as soon as y'all reach these goals, I'm going to drop out the title for this week. Friend, 2 Samuel 13. She says, glory, glory, glory. Oh, we got to talk about it, friend. We gonna talk about it. This is why when y'all start talking about holding on to people and doing all of that, baby, no, ma'am. No, sir, we're not doing that. We're not passing out no special privileges. I want y'all to understand, if you can't treat me right, then you're going to be up out my life. That's it. That's all. Understand that if you cannot treat me right, you're going to get up out my life. You're going to get up out of here. And our topic for this week is, I'm done being quiet. What you say? I'm done being quiet. I am done being quiet. Understand that I'm done being quiet. Yes, be prepared to be sick of me, because I will be utilizing my throat chakra. I want you to know that I am going to speak up. I am going to hold you accountable. If my feelings is hurt, you're going to know it. If something bothers me, you're going to know it. I am done being quiet. Tell your truth, even if your truth exposes how they treated you. Tell your truth anyway. Even if it's upsetting to them, still tell your truth. Understand me. They should have treated you better. If they didn't want you to tell what it was that they done, then they should have never done it. They should have never done it. But we're done being quiet. We're no longer going to be a group of people that's walking around sad, mad, and depressed because we're holding the secrets of other folk to protect their image, to protect their reputation and what folks say about them. Oh yeah, baby, we about to start holding some folk accountable. Come in now. We're gonna hold some folk accountable. I am done being quiet. We no longer sweeping nothing up under the rug. We not about to play like we don't see it. We not finna play like it never happened. Don't come over here with keep my business in my house, because none of those old things are going to be able to work. Baby, this is a new day at a new time. Understand me? New day and new time. And we're doing things differently. We're doing things differently, because if we continue with the same ways of doing things, then we've already committed to getting the same results. And I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to get them old, tired, expired results. I want something bigger in my life. I deserve something bigger in my life. I'm going grand in my life. Understand that I'm going beyond anything that anybody in my family could have ever thought about. Why not? Why can't I have that? Why not? Why can't I do that? Understand me, because you couldn't do it. Don't bring your fears or your insecurities or your doubts over here. Understand me, your limitations is for your life, not mine. I don't live by your limitations, and I'm not going to put those limitations on my life, and you're not going to drop that over here in my plan. All right, so if we go over here, I'm going to talk about Amnon and Tamar. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk when the family feuds. When the family is not on the same page, right? We're going to 2 Samuel chapter 13. I'm going to start at the first verse. I'm going to start at she said, you said you was going to do it. I'm outside with it. I had to wait on the appointed time, right? I had to wait on the appointed time. It says, in the course of time, Amnon, the son of David, fell in love with Tamar, the beautiful sister of Absalom, son of David. Amnon became so obsessed with his sister Tamar that he made himself ill She was a virgin, and it seemed impossible for him to do anything to her. I want to pause right there real quick, right? Oh, first of all, I want you to understand that this is brother and sister that we're talking about. And these are the children of King David. Understand me. These are the children of King David. I went back about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, I went to go speak at a church in Rock Hill, South Carolina, Cedar Grove AME, right? And one of the preachers that got up, she talked about David and all the goodness that came from David. And she let it come out of her mouth while I'm sitting there on front row. She said, he wasn't even a good daddy. Understand me? And I said, oops, that's my confirmation. It's time for me to teach that part. Oops, it's time for me to go to that, because I've had this for a while. I've had this for months. Understand me? But I sat there, right? And when she said that, I said, oh my, this is what we doing today, God? God said, yeah. Oh, it's time now. See, I had to wait an appointed time. That's right. I had to wait an appointed time. It wasn't time for me to read that just yet, right? It wasn't time for me to teach that just yet. I need for you to understand this, right? So now these two people that we're talking about, when we're talking about Armand and we're talking about Tamar, these are brother and sister, half brother and half sister. Both are the children of David, King David. You know, King David, Big David, slaying Goliath David, you know, Bathsheba's David. You know, getting anointed up in the house in front of all the brothers. Why, that David. Understand me. 5 rocks in a slingshot, David. Understand me. Oh, yes. We got to get into this. Oh, yeah. Understand me. So this is why I tell people, anytime, keep your mouth off of folk, because the people that God uses is none of the people that you would think that he would be out here using. Understand me. Yeah, he always go and get the rejects. He always go and get the black sheep. Always go and get the ones that everybody didn't counted out, right? Always seems to go and get those folks. But then, yeah, I digress from that and I go back into this. Now, it was important for me to let you know who these people were. These are half brother and sister, and both of them are the children of King David. Now, in this situation, the first part that I read, it says, in the course of time, Amnon, the son of David, fell in love with Tamar, the beautiful sister. Understand me, wait a minute, because this is your sister. Why in the world are you even looking at your sister in this type of manner? This is your sister. Why in the world would this even be a thought inside of your mind? This is your sister. This is your flesh and blood. Y'all have the same father. Why would this even be something that you would even be thinking about? And this is the reason why I tell you guys on a regular basis, this right here, baby, you can't put nothing past nobody. Y'all get over here and y'all get so caught up in titles and oh, that's your mama and oh, that's your daddy and oh, that's your sister and your brother. Those are your family members, and don't nothing come before family. And it be the main ones. They be the main ones that'll go outside of their way to plot and to plan on you. They'll be the main ones that'll go outside of their way, understand me, to dig ditches for you. They'll be the main ones that go out there, right, and do the absolute most, speaking negatively about you. Half of the time, the folk on the outside only know your business because they done got it from somebody that's in the family. The only reason why they know what be going on inside of your house is because they be talking to somebody that's what? From your family. Come on now. How they said, it's a leak in this old building. Oh yeah, it's a leak in the building, baby. It's a leak. It's a leak in there. It's a leak in there. The only way they would have known is if somebody from the inside had came and gave them that information. The only way that they would have the details that they have, the facts and whatnot that they have, is that they spoken to somebody that was from the inside. Understand? This is how this happened. This is why I keep telling y'all again, and I want you to put it in red ink pen. Put it in red. I need for you to know. Stop giving special privileges to folks based on their title. Understand me, ain't nobody safe. I cut all of y'all off. Understand me, and I will do what? Have my Thanksgiving and Christmas over there at the Golden Corral. I need for you to know that I get up in here and rattle some pots and pans before I sit up in the faces of folk that I know for a fact can't stand me, that's digging ditches for me, that's plotting and planning up against me. I need for y'all to understand this. And stop letting people make you feel bad. Because you're walking away from environments and people that you know for a fact that your spirit is in conflict with. I don't care how they see them. Everybody get a different version of people. They may be good as gold to them, understand me, but treating you like asphalt. Understand me, like I'm talking about tar. This is how they're treating you. So if they treat you so good, that's why you like being over there. They so gentle, so kind to you. That's why you like being over there. But when I'm over there, they mean and they surely understand me. I don't want to be judged. I don't want to be bashed the whole time that I'm here. I don't want to be talked about my past life the whole time that I'm here. I don't want to go back down memory lane every time that I come over here. So guess what I do? I stay out them folk face. If I don't want my feelings hurt, and I know that that's what y'all mastering and hurting folk feelings, mastering and downing folk, understand me, then what I do? You can't hurt my feelings if I'm not in your face. I stay out them folks face. And there's going to be some folks in your family, some folks in your close friend group that you're going to have to simply stay all the way up out their face. You're going to have to cut them off all the way. You're going to have to move right on up out of their life and go right on about your business, and you ain't got to argue with nobody about it. You ain't got to go back and forth with nobody about it. I never have to explain doing what's best for me to nobody. I never have to explain that to you. Baby, you got the wrong one. You got the wrong one. I'm never explaining me doing what's best for me, not to a soul. I will not. Understand me. You better catch on when you catch on. But if you think for 1 second that I'm going to be sitting over there, waiting on you to give me the approval, no, I'm not about to do that. I can tell you that right now. She says, I love you. She speaks the realest. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I love you too. So that second verse says, Amnon became so obsessed with his sister Tamar that he made himself ill. Understand me. This is the brother. He is so obsessed with his sister that he done made himself ill. Understand me. It's going to be some folks in your life that do the same exact thing. They so obsessed with you. So obsessed with every move that you make. Every single thing that you do. Understand me. They watch you in your life way more than they watch their own life. They so attentive to everything that got something to do with you, but then when it come down to their own life, you're like, wait a minute, if you gave yourself the same amount of attention that you give to me, if you able to break down your own life the way that you able to break down mine, if you able to look and do this and this in your life, though, baby, you will be amazed how far you will actually be in life. You will see all the things that you will actually be able to accomplish in life. Understand me, some folk are nothing but a monitoring spirit over your life. They know your every move. They know everything that you do. They know everything that you got going on. And you're like, I don't even talk to you like that. I don't even talk to you like that. So how in the world are you so in tune with everything that I got going on? I don't even talk to you like that. Don't even deal with you like that. Understand me. Don't talk to you like that. Don't deal with you like that. Don't be around you like that. None of that. How in the world? But these folks right here, they study you to the point where it makes them physically sick. Understand me. It makes them physically sick. Everything about you, they locked into it. Especially if you keep winning in a season where they don't want you to win. When you keep surviving seasons that they thought that was going to destroy you. When you keep coming out on top, when they thought that you would never come out of that situation, that right there would have been the end of you. Is some folks in your life, they become physically sick with their obsession over you. And this is what he done. His perverted obsession with his sister, his half-sister, then caused him to become ill. She was a virgin, and it seemed impossible for him to do anything to her. Understand me, she's innocent. Ain't did nothing to nobody. Understand that, just as pure as all get out. Have you ever been in that situation, right? And you're like, man, I don't do nothing to nobody. I don't do nothing to nobody, say nothing to nobody. You know what I mean? I show up and I'm genuine, I'm open, I'm honest, I'm transparent. All I try to do is just do the right thing all the time. Understand me? And you doing the right thing all the time. And I know this could be, this right here, this gonna be a little bit triggering. Yeah, if you gotta cry, go ahead and cry, let it flow. Because a lot of us, we have been really good, but been really good to the wrong people. And yes, that do hurt. Understand me? A lot of us have been really good, but been really good to the wrong people. And it does hurt. It does break your heart. It does confuses you. It does make you sit back and be like, man, I never saw that coming. And I don't understand, why would you do something like that to me out of all people? I was so real with you. When it came down to you, I made sure that I made sure that every I was dotted. I made sure every T was crossed. Anything that you wanted or even needed, I always made sure that it was right there. Yes, I know that it's in your nature to be this type of person, but I never thought that you would be this type of person to me because of my level of genuineness, my level of purity, understand me, my level of love and how I show up. This young lady have done absolutely nothing to nobody. Understand me, she's just her true authentic self. She's just naturally a beautiful person, aura and energy, just a beautiful person, have not done anything to nobody. And what I'm saying to you is this right here, I know this is going to be somewhat harsh. You are not going to be exempt. I know that's messed up. You're like, Coach, but that's so unfair. That's life, baby. That's life. As much as I want to tell you that you won't endure it, I can't, because that'll be a lie. That'll be inaccurate teaching, and I can't tell you that. No matter how good you are to some people, they'll still be a snake to you. No matter how good you are to some folk, they will still go outside of their way, understand me, to plot and plan on you. They'll still go outside of their way to try to destroy you, and destroy you the whole time that you over there trying to help them. You trying to make sure that they have everything that they need, and they will still do it to you. Still the same. Your goodness is not going to exempt you from hardship. Your purity is not going to exempt you from hardship. Understand me, you being open and being honest is not going to stop a liar from lying on you and lying to you. You being a giver, you being a kind-hearted person is not going to stop a person that is a taker and a user and an abuser from coming into your life and seeing that you are that type of individual, and then going outside of their way to do what? To do the same exact thing. They will still go and they will still use and abuse you. They will still take advantage of you. They will still go outside of their way to try to manipulate you. Understand me, you will not be exempt. And that's real. He says, come over here to Ghana and spit that word. I was in Ghana last December. My plan is to be back in Ghana this December. And yes, I will be coming with a word. I love it over there, man. I love it in Ghana. Listen, that's red ink for you. You're not going to be exempt. You're not going to be exempt. And as harsh as that may sound, it's the truth. It's the truth. And we see it in scripture, because she's done absolutely nothing. She's done absolutely nothing, right? Now, Aman, this is verse 3. Now Aman had an advisor, Jonadab, son of Shemiah, David's brother. Jonadab was very screwed man. He was a very screwed man, right? Now who we looking at is one of David's other sons, his help, right? And so, you know me, I had to go and find out what the screwed word meant, because they said he was a screwed man. Shrewd. He was a shrewd man. SHREWD, right? And it says a shrewd person is someone with sharp, practical intelligence who can quickly understand and judge situations to their own advantage, right? So this is the type of man that will come into a situation, and every situation he's going to twist and turn it, right? He's going to twist and turn it for his own advantage, his own personal gain. They are resourceful and good at making decisions, sometimes referred to as having street smarts or being astute, clever, or savvy, right? Jonadab was David's brother's son. Oh, David's brother's son. Okay. David's brother's son is Jonadab, right? All right. So let me go right here. Oh, yeah, that's what it says. It says, now Ahmad had an advisor named Jonadab, son of Shamar, David's brother. Jonadab was a very shrewd man, right? So meaning, that's the meaning of it. It was clever or savvy. While often positive, the term can sometimes imply a willingness to be cunning. And that was the part that I said, oh, okay, now I get it. Or to compromise ethics for personal gain. Shrewd. While often positive, the term can sometimes imply a willingness to be cunning or to compromise ethics for personal gain. And that was the part that we needed, because what he was doing was cunning, and it was definitely compromising ethics for personal gain. He was advising Amnon, Tamar's brother, in a way to be able to disrespect his sister Tamar for his own personal gain. Can you imagine this? Now we're looking at a half brother and sister, and also now a first cousin, because Jonadab is David's brother's son. So now you have two first cousins plotting and planning on one plotting and planning on his sister, the other one plotting on the cousin. Oh yeah. Don't drop your lip too much. Some of y'all like, wait a minute. Yeah. And y'all want to prioritize family? Y'all want to always prioritize family, right? Y'all always want to scream blood is thicker than water, right? Y'all always want to be out there. Oh yeah, well that's my family. Don't leave your family. Don't do this and don't do that. And all. Oh yeah. Remember, everybody was all tight. They was all tight. Oh, you always telling people to leave. You always telling people to walk away. You always telling people to get by themselves. And oh yeah, y'all keep that same energy now. No. Matter of fact, don't keep that same energy, because I want you to dismantle that thinking. I want you to get out of that way of thinking. I want you to move forward. I love you enough to say that even though you wanted to be combative and you wanted to go back and forth, I love you enough to still say, I want you to fully understand and grow from this moment. I want you to heal from this moment, because this right here, what you're witnessing, this ain't me. This scripture right here, we are actually in the book right here, and we're talking about a first cousin and a brother and a sister, a first cousin and a brother and sister. I did not say a friend. I did not say a close friend. I did not say somebody from the street, somebody from the tribe, somebody from around the corner at the corner store. This is not what we're talking about. This right here is family. This is family right here that we're talking about. I need for you to understand that family. Understand me, the same ones that let me go on into verse 4. I want to go into verse 4. Yeah, I will cut you off. He asked Ahmad, why do you, the king's son, look so haggard this morning after morning? Won't you tell me? Ahmad said to him, I am in love with Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister. He's so in love with his half-sister. This is what stuck out to me, Lily. He's so in love with his half-sister that he's not even claiming her as his sister. Did you notice how he wrote that right there? He is so in love, understand me, with his sister that he's not even claiming her as his sister. He names the other brother and say, his sister, that's your sister too.
What are you talking about? Understand me. Some folk will be so out of their mind and what it is that they thinking. They'll be so out of their mind and they thinking that they not even thinking. Understand me. When I read verse 4, I'm telling you, I almost flipped over everything that was in there. I said, wait a minute, hold on. Watch this, y'all. It says, he asked Armand, why do you, the king's son? First of all, he says the king's son. Let's look at that for a second. In other words, you are the king's son. You have access to everything that's out here. You have all of the riches. You have all of this other stuff. You got people that's bowing at your daddy feet, at your family feet. You have all this wonderful stuff going on for you. Everybody is yesing to you and giving you everything it is that you want. You got all of this, yet you're waking up every single day and you are mad. You're waking up every single day and you are sad. You're waking up every single day and you have your face balled up and it's almost like you got the whole world against you. Do you not realize that you are the king's son? Do you not realize you have all the riches? Do you not realize you have all of this stuff? And again, I say to you, this is how you know that you can have all the money in the world and still be unhappy. This is how you know that you can have all of this other stuff out here, but if you're unhappy, you still gonna be unhappy. Understand me, it's still not gonna bring you joy. It's still not gonna bring you peace. It's still not going to satisfy you. He had all of these things, and yet the one thing that he was not supposed to be doing is what he's doing. Grab your ink pen. What you say? People always want what they can't have. Oh, yeah, people always want what they can't have. You have all of these things that you can have, and the one thing that you want is the thing that you shouldn't even be wanting. Understand me, that's the same way it was with Adam and Eve. I'm going to always go back to the garden because the garden is the blueprint. Okay, so yeah, even back in the garden, y'all got all of these beautiful fruits that y'all can be over there eating. You got all of this stuff out here, all the green grass. You ain't got to worry about nothing out here, just living your very best life, just doing your own free thing over here, right? You got all of that going for you, but yet and still, that one thing that you was instructed not to do is the very thing that you want to do. Understand me? It's something about that's in the human nature. It is the human nature to want what you feel like you can't have. If you feel like you can't have it, if you have to work for it, you have to go after it, and you have to do a lot, then it's like they'll chase it down, chase it down, chase it down. I'm gonna talk to a couple of people for a moment. Okay, can I bother it a little bit? Can I bother it a little bit? I want to bother it just a small bit, just a little teeny bit. Can I bother it a little bit? When they want it, right? They have I want it, I gotta have it, I just need that, right? Have you ever seen somebody be like that? And then when they get that thing that they want, they don't even know what to do with it? Have anybody ever begged for your time just to waste it? Understand me, they didn't good morning you, until you finally didn't let them say good morning back. Right? Have you ever had somebody that you dealing with? They yeah, I want to take you out. I want to do this. I want to do that so bad. And you finally give in to that. And then one moment that you allow them to take you out, the moment that you allow them, to share space with you and you give them the time of the day, then all of a sudden, all of that passion that they had for wanting to make you happy, all of that drive that they had for wanting to make you be this special thing in their life, then all of a sudden it's on a whole nother flip side. The moment that they got you, it's like your obsession for me is not the same thing as your obsession to keep me. Oh my God, you gotta cut. Yeah, I feel it in my spirit. Somebody just needs a bell ring. They just like, oh my God. Yeah. Your obsession to get it and your obsession to keep it is just not matching up. It's not matching up. I need for you. It's not matching up, friend. Your obsession to get it is not the same obsession that you have, understand, to keep that thing, to make sure that it's all what it's supposed to be. And that's what and when I'm reading, I'm like, yo, this is really how fast people will change. This is really how folk operate. This right here, this is the real thing right here, right? So he asks Armand, he asking him, you the king's son, right? You got all of this stuff. So what is it that you so upset about? Then Armand, being who he is, right, understands it. I'm in love with Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister. Understand me. Now that's how delusional folk will become when it's something that they want, because this is actually your sister as well. So instead of, but you want to try to make it seem as though it's not as bad as it really is. You'll be amazed how people will try to word things to be able to escape responsibility. I'm gonna rewind that for the folks that's in the back of in the balcony up there. Understand me. This is why listening, being a great listener. This is why being a great listener. This is why it matters. Understand me. People will always word things in a way that they can escape responsibility. Understand me. Because had he said, my sister Tamar, can you imagine what that would have gave off? If he would have said, my sister Tamar, can you imagine how that would have looked? So instead of me addressing the fact that that's my sister too, understand me, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna say that it's my brother's sister. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's my brother's sister over there. Understand me, people will always word things in a way. They're gonna word it in a way that they can escape. In a way where they can escape responsibility. And they're going to do it every single time. They're going to do it, and they're going to do it every single time. This is why you have to pay attention when they speaking. She said, you said we throwing shoes, huh? Hey, sometimes you got to throw it. Sometimes you got to throw it. Hold your wig on, though. Some of y'all at work, don't throw them wigs off at work. They already be talking about our braids. Hold on. Listen, yeah, you ever had somebody trying to talk to you about something and that thing just don't be adding up the way that it's supposed to? And you like, wait a minute. Something about this story just don't sound right. Hold on. The way that you saying it was like this. And you like, man, this don't go the right way. And then you keep on asking more questions. And then you find out the missing part of it. And when you find out the missing parts of it, you're like, oh, that's why you ain't say it that way. That's why you ain't say this, and this, because you knew if you said this, and this, then I was going to see where you also played a part in what was going on. The reason why you didn't explain it the way that you should have explained it is because you were trying to escape the part that you were wrong in. Understand? Yeah, I'm just giving you free game right now. I'm just telling you that this is what people do. So this is the reason why we have to what? We have to make sure that we're good listeners. Don't do so much talking that you don't listen. You only got one mouth and two ears for a reason. You need to listen double time. Understand me? You need to listen double time. That's the reason why you got both of them, baby. You need to make sure that you're locked in. And again, I'm going to go back to what I told y'all at the beginning of this live video. And again, I say to you, when you're operating, exercising your spiritual practices, when you're exercising your spiritual practices on a regular basis as well, and strengthening what? That spirit of discernment, because exercising your spiritual practices is what feeds your spirit of discernment. And when your spirit of discernment is growing and it's keen, when it's sharpened that way, it doesn't matter what they leave out. You heard it. That might be a little bit too spiritual for some of y'all, but those that know. Hey, sit down. Those that know, baby, they could be telling that whole entire story. But baby, when that spirit of discernment is sharp, when you've been working on yourself and you really locked in, you hear everything that they did not say. Understand me? You'll hear everything that they did not say. It don't matter how articulate that they are. It don't matter how much they well put together that sentence might be. Come on, Shaquan. It don't even matter, because you see slam through it. You like, yeah, but nah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is over there trying to figure out life, and you over there, yeah, but nah. You know what I'm saying? You hear all of it. And the thing about it is, you hear it clear as day. One thing about the God that we serve is he's never going to have you out here ignorant. Understand me? He's never going to have you ignorant to the enemy's devices. Understand me? He's never going to do that. And when he says that I'm with you and I'm not going to forsake you, you have to understand that you're following his lead. So when he's leading you into certain places, he's leading you through guidance and instruction. This is what he was doing. When he was leading Joshua, it was through guidance and instructions. When he was leading Jesus, it was through what? Guidance and instructions. When he was leading over there with Joseph, it was through what? Guidance and instructions. When he was leading Moses, it was through what? Guiding him with instructions. He will tell you exactly what you need to do. It's right when you need to do it. He's going to make you aware of it. Understand me? So you will never find yourself over there struggling the way that they want you to struggle. Understand me? You might go in the ditch, but you won't stay in the ditch. Understand me? You might go in a Hebrew slave, but you won't remain a Hebrew slave. Understand me, you might go through some stuff, right? You might be inside of Pharaoh's house. Understand me, you might have to experience Pharaoh, but you will not be treated like all the other folk. How Pharaoh was out there slaying everybody else. He ain't gonna slay you. Understand me, Moses had what? Favor in Pharaoh's house. He let his daughter keep Moses. He let his daughter keep Moses and raise him up in his own house. Understand me. That's what real favor look like. Understand me. When you say, I'm going out here and we're going to take out all the Hebrew babies, all these Hebrew male babies, they got to go. And here come a Hebrew male baby floating up in your house. Understand, floating right on up in your house inside of a basket, floating right on up in it. And you say, yeah, you can keep him. Understand, I'm talking about real favor. Understand, God is never going to put you in a place. He's never going to put you in a place and leave you or forsake you or not give you exactly what it is that you need. And we have to understand this, right? So in verse 4, I'm going to verse 4, y'all. We outside now. We done came out the door with it a little bit. It says, he asked Armand, I'm sorry, we're going to verse 5, y'all. We're going to verse 5. It says, go to bed and pretend to be ill. Jahab said, when your father comes to see you, say to him, I would like my sister Tamar to come and give me something to eat. Let her prepare the food in my sight so I may watch her and eat it from her hand. Now that whole entire thing already had me at what? That whole entire thing had already had me at what? Because now, wait a minute. The first cousin advises you to go get in the bed and to pretend to be sick. Have your daddy, when your daddy come to check on you, you then tell your daddy to tell your sister to come and prepare food for you so you can watch her prepare it and eat it from her hand. Now, wait a minute. You the king's son. And you have all these other folk in here that's cooking. You have all these other servants that's up in here. Why is it that you want me to get my daughter? Because if I'm the king and you the son, that makes you a prince. Then why that makes my daughter a princess? If we looking at the thing, how it's set up, that makes you a prince. That makes her a princess. And what a princess got any business doing over there cooking? When you got servants, you got folk already, understand me, that's going to do all the cooking. Why in the world would you want me to send my daughter down here to be able to cook for you? That right there, all to me, all by itself was already all the way out the door. Like, what? Me as a parent would have asked him, is he out of his mind? Me as a parent would have already checked him right there where he at. I'm not finna send my daughter down here to cook nothing for you to eat nothing out of her hand, for you to watch her cook. You done lost your mind? Like, what you thinking? So now it took me back. Once I hit that verse, it took me back to the preacher in the pulpit when she said he wasn't even a good daddy. When she's talking about David, she was like, listen, I want you to know he wasn't even a good daddy. Now I go back to the scripture and I said, oh, God, it wasn't. Now it make all the sense in the world as to what she said when she said, yeah, we love David. We love how he went out there with his 5 rocks and his slingshot. We love how he got anointed in front of his brothers. We love all the things that he done. Yes, he had some great stories, but David had some mess with him. David had some stuff going on with him. So then here I go, I read it and I said, what? In verse 5, this is the mess. This is the stuff that she talking about. So Amnon laid down and pretended to be ill. When the king came in to see him, Amnon said to him, I would like my sister Tamar to come and make some special bread in my sight so I may eat from her hand. David sent word to Tamar in the palace. Go to the house of your brother Amnon and prepare some food for him. That's verse 7. Verse 8. So Tamar went to the house of her brother Amnon, who was laying down. She took some dough. She kneaded it, made the bread in his sight, and baked it. Then she took the pan and served him the bread, but he refused to eat. Send everyone out of here, Aman said. So everyone left. What you say, Coach? So Tamar went to the house of her brother, Aman, who was lying down. She took some dough. She kneaded the dough, made the bread in his sight. She baked it. Verse 9. Then she took the pan and served him the bread, but he refused to eat. But he refused to eat. Because that's not what he really wanted from Tamar. That's not what he had other motives. He had other motives. And there's going to be some people in your life that you're going to encounter that's going to be just like David. They got some hidden motives, some hidden agendas. And even though you are feeding them and giving to them and doing all of these things, behind all of that, they're not there for the right reason. Understand me, they are not in your life for the right reason. Even though you love them, even though you want to see them grow, want to see them evolve, want to see them have, understand me, there's going to be some folks in your life that's going to have hidden agendas. There's going to be some folks in your life, understand me, that this is who they are. This is who they are. And nothing that you ever do for them is going to be satisfying. Nothing that you ever give to them is going to be satisfying. No matter how much you go outside of your way, they're going to refuse it. They're going to refuse it. They're going to have some type of excuse. They're going to have some type of extra reason of this, and this. It's like, why can't you just do what you're supposed to do? Understand me? They're going to always have a cause. I can't do it because. I can't make it because. It's always going to be something, because that's not really why they are there. Understand me? They got the hidden motives. They got the hidden agendas. This is what Aman is working with. It wasn't that he was faking being sick already. He was faking being hungry already. All of this was a plot to get Tamar to his house. All of this was just a plan. Understand me? To disrespect his own sister. So now she's baked the bread and done all of this in his sight, have put it on the pan. She go over there. He refuses to eat it. And then he tell everybody to get out. Understand me? Well, if you don't want to eat the bread and that's what I'm here for, I might as well leave right along with them, because why in the world would it be just you and I here if I came to make you the bread? Go tell our daddy that I came to make you the bread and you don't want the bread. Understand me? This is what it is right now, right? So he tell everybody to get out. Why? Because he want to keep her in there alone. He want to keep her by herself. You'll be amazed why some folk don't want you saying nothing, talking about nothing, because again, remember what I said at the very beginning of this video. I said, yeah, they don't want you telling your story because they want you to feel alone. They don't want you giving your testimony because they want you to feel alone. They want you to be isolated, because as long as you're quiet, then they can start piling up more victims and more victims and more victims. If you start speaking up and speaking out, then now you're taking away their power and their ability to hurt other people the way that they hurt you. They understand me, because now that you spoke out, what happens is other people will do what? They'll start to speak out as well. They'll start to say, you know what? That happened to me as well. I experienced that with that individual as well. Understand me? This is why they want to keep you mute. This is why they want to keep you isolated. This is why they want to keep you over there all by yourself, right? So he tells everybody to leave. Then Aman said to Tamar, bring the food here in my bedroom so I may eat from your hand. And Tamar took the bread she had prepared and brought it to her brother Aman in his bedroom. But when she took it to him to eat, he grabbed her and said, come to bed with me, my sister. And we're going to stop right there. Oh, we stopping right there. Ain't that something? So, Fran said, Aman said to Tamar, bring the food here in my bedroom so I may eat from your hand. And Tamar took the bread she had prepared and brought it to her brother Ahmad in his bedroom. But when she took to him to eat, he grabbed her and said, "Come to bed with me, my sister." Now we see where he is acknowledging their relation. You acknowledge the fact that I am your sister. You see that I am your sister. And you still want to proceed with what it is that you're doing? You acknowledge the fact that this is who I am to you. And this is still what you're going to do? This is why I say to you, people are not as out of their mind as they pretend to be. People are not as slow as they pretend to be. Some of these people are very much knowledgeable about what it is that they're doing to you. And they also are very much knowledgeable about the effect that it's going to have on your life as well. And they still choose to do it anyway because of their own personal gain, just for their own gratification, just because, understand, it's to satisfy them and what they want out of it, and they will do it at your expense. They don't care what it's going to take from you. They don't care about the position that it's going to put you in. It does not matter to them how that's going to affect your life. They go and do it anyway, and after they've done what they've done to you, they leave you to pick up the pieces. Understand me? They leave it to you to get yourself back together all over again. And this is the reason why I keep telling you guys over and over, you cannot have a separate set of rules. Your boundaries have to be fair and they have to be consistent. You cannot afford to show favoritism with nobody. It does not matter if we are blood or we are chosen. The fact of the matter is, understand me, my boundary is my boundary. If this is what it's going to be for you, that's what it's going to be for you as well. Nobody is bigger than the program in my life. Understand me, because it's some folk that's supposed to be your protector. It's some people that's supposed to be the person that makes sure that you are loved, to make sure you are valued, to make sure that you are seen, to make sure that you are heard, and those folks will let you down. This is why, and I say this in every single video, the Bible says, do not put your confidence in man. Understand me, don't put all your stuff in them. Why? Because they will let you down. Understand me, they will disappoint you. They will do this. Understand, intentionally, on both sides of it. It will happen. You have to hold folk accountable. What we're reading today is 2 Samuel chapter 13, and we did verse 1 through 11 is what we got on today. 2 Samuel chapter 13, verses 1 through 11 is what we got on today. Their topic is, I'm done being quiet. I'm done being quiet. I'm done tiptoeing around. I'm done making excuses for. I'm done playing nice. I'm going to tell my truth, even if my truth exposes you. I'm going to tell my truth, even if my truth exposes whatever your secrets are. Walking around being unfulfilled in life, unsatisfied in life, hurt by life, because you're protecting somebody else's secret of what it is that they done. So now here you are, understand, then been violated. And after you've been violated, you're being forced to be quiet. You're being forced to be isolated. You're being forced to not speak about it. So your healing never starts. Your healing never starts. It never takes place. Why? Because every day that you hoard that secret, every day that you carry that secret, it's like it's keeping that wound that flesh, it never seals. Understand me, the plasma never covers it. It never grows a scab. Why? Because you've never been able to speak freely about what has happened to you. You only, yeah, that's it. So every time somebody says something, it triggers you. Every time it's brought, it triggers you. It's like they taking and pouring salt into that wound, because I never got to tell my truth. If you understood what I had to endure, if you knew what I had happened to me, then you will understand the person that I am right now. You will better understand why I move how I move. You will better understand exactly why I do what it is that I do. I went through some things that I have not spoken about. I had to deal with some stuff, and I had to suffer in silence. Understand me, we had to what? Back in the day, if you 40 something or on, we know about it, right? You had to suffer in silence. No matter how bad you wanted to say something, you couldn't. No matter how bad you wanted to speak about it, you couldn't. What? Don't take my business out this house. Well, go on in the family, stay in the family. Don't you go over there doing this, and don't you go over there doing that. And as long as you was quiet, it happened with you, and then it happened with the nieces, and it happened with the baby sisters, and all of this stuff just continued to take place because nobody was bold enough to open up their mouth and tell the truth about the folk that they was dealing with. Why? Because, family, blood is thicker than water. The devil is a lie. Which one would you swallow? Which one would you swallow? Our topic is, I'm done being quiet. This right here, this couldn't have come in a better time. So when you say, listen, I need for people to understand that you matter. I need for folk to understand that you right now, you cannot have these emotional attachments to people so strong that you cannot be able to tell the truth about what's happening in your life. You have to be real. You have to be authentic about who and what you are. And you have to have the freedom of being able to speak up. When I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at it, I want to call this out to you. I need for folk to really understand, right? So you got David right here. This is the king right here. This is David that's right here, right? So now you have David's brother's son, this is King David's brother's son, that start with the J. It's going to be backwards on y'all's screen. So you got King David's son, and you have another king's son, which is David's son right here, right? And this right here, this going to be Armand. That's going to be, well, put the A. That's going to be Armand. And then you have this one, and let's put her right here, right beside him, right? Because this is Tamar right there, right? So if you got all of this, this is the king. This is the king. That's the king right there. All of this, everything that's happening right now, all of this is in the family. You're talking about a king, and you're talking about the king's kids and the king's nephew. We're not talking about somebody over here from the village. We're not talking about nobody from the village. We ain't talking about nobody from over here, right? We're not talking about nobody from over here from a foreign country. That ain't what we're talking about. We're not talking about somebody over here in this area that just show up every now and again to come and buy grain. That's not what we're talking about. This right here is an inside thing that's happening. This is happening within the family. And I have to show it to you like this because I need for you to understand that this is not happening from the outside. All of this is happening in a family that's supposed to be a family of royalty. Understand me. I need you to see it that way. This is not somebody out here that's struggling from another country. This is not some outsiders from over here in the village who are lack living. This ain't coming from nobody over here that's business partners that's coming to get grain. This is coming from inside of the palace, Nikki. You understand me? Inside of the palace. So what's the point that you're making with that, coach? These children already have everything that they need. They have more than enough. They got the riches. They got servants that serve them. They got cooks that cook for them. People that wash their clothes. People that are at their beck and call on a regular basis, behaving this way. That's coming from inside the palace. It's trouble in the palace. It's trouble in the mansions. Oh yeah. It's trouble in the big house. And sometimes you might be this person. You might be this person. Or you might be these people. And you looking at these people that's living inside of this palace, and you are idolizing their way of life. Oh, you got all them servants. You got all them nice clothes. You got all the food. Look how, oh my God. And we out here and we struggling. We out here and we just watching their life. And we out here and we don't have what you have in the big house. We don't have what you have in the palace. We don't have what you have over there. And you're covering something, not even knowing what's going on in the inside of it. Oh, yeah. What you say, Coach? You're covering something, idolizing something, wanting something, and don't even know what's going on in the inside. Can you imagine being one of these people from the villages? Can you imagine being one of these people from the foreign country? Can you imagine these people being business partners and you looking at it and you like, oh my God, that was me and I would be doing this and I would be doing that, and you don't even realize the hell that's going on inside of the mansion, the hell that's going on inside of the palace, the hell that's going on inside of the royal family. This is what's happening over there, and this is the reason why I tell you, keep your eyes on your own paper, on your own life. Focus on yourself, because you will be over there looking at something, and looks can be very much deceiving. You can look at these people and think that they got it all together and they got all this riches, all this materialistic stuff. They got all this stuff all over the place, and they still unhappy. They still unsatisfied. They still over there doing. You would think that this behavior right here, this would be the behavior of somebody that's outside of the palace, somebody that's actually struggling, somebody that don't have people that can come and lay with them whenever they say lay with them. You would think that this would be coming from somebody that was hard up, right? That could not get nobody, a castaway, somebody that don't nobody look at, don't find them attractive, don't want them in no type of way, shape, or form. You would think that this would be the behavior of somebody that's coming from that, but nah, this is the behavior of the king's son, understand me, and the king's nephew. This is what they're doing inside of the palace, and this is why you cannot idolize nobody else's life. Don't look at nobody else's life. Don't look at nobody else's job. Don't look at nobody else's relationship, nobody else's friendships and stuff like that, and say, oh, I just want that. Oh, that is such a goal for me. Baby, the devil is a lie, because you never know what's going on behind the scene. You never know what's happening behind closed doors. You never know what those folks is really going through. And one thing about folks is they're never going to post the bad. They're never going to post the bad. They're never going to post the trying part. They only going to post the part that looks good, the part that's going to boost their reputation, the part that's going to look like they got it all the way together. Folks are very strategic in how they put it out there. And I had to show y'all that, because the whole time I was thinking that in my mind. You on the outside looking in, and everything always look good from the outside. Everything always look good from the outside. Isn't that like the enemy? Make it look so good until you get it. Remember how I told you that he'll give you everything that you desire, but won't let you enjoy it. Look so good on the outside, so much so that you want it. And then you get over there and get it, and you like, oh my God, this ain't nothing like what I thought that it was going to be. This right here, this ain't nothing like, oh, wait a minute. I was better off. I was better off as a business partner. I was better off as a foreigner. I was better off over there in the village. I should have stayed where I was at. Understand me? He will have you over there running in circles, will have you over there saying, oh, baby, I should have stayed where I was at. I was better off over there where I was at. But that is the result of chasing something that don't belong to you, or chasing something that's not in God's plan for you. You know, they probably over here living their best life in another country. Don't have all the servants, don't have all the stuff that they got, but they got joy. They over here business partners. No, they ain't in here, but when they make the exchange, they got more than enough to take care of their family, so they sleeping peacefully every single night. Might not be in the palace, but got a nice little house. Got a nice little house, got a dog out there, a white picket fence, living their best life. Not living like how you living, but I'm living in a peaceful state, right? Might be in the village, and I might not have all the riches, might not have all the gold and all the servants and stuff that you have, but my family is really over here family. And I ain't got to worry about my brother trying to sleep with me. Matter of fact, my brother will do you something bad for putting your hand on me. You can't even yell at me in front of my brother. Understand me? You can't even yell at me in front of my brother. Understand me? While you over there inside the palace, your brother is over here doing what he doing, but my brother over here protecting me from anybody that think that they can play with me. Understand me? You in the palace and still not protected. But that's a note right there for some folks. You in the palace. How you in the palace and still not protected? She's in the palace and still not protected. You're treating her as if she's not a princess. You're treating her like she's not the child of the king. Understand me? That's how you're treating this young lady. Tamar is David's daughter. You in the palace and you still not protected. Ain't that something? You in the palace and still being treated regular smegular. But I'm going to stop right there at 11 today, and we're going to pick up on 12 tomorrow. We're going to get in. Oh, yeah, we're going to get right on into it. Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate you so much, man. Every single day that you wake up and you put 10 toes to the ground, I want you to sweat yourself. Tell yourself how beautiful you are and how much you love you, because it's no love like self-love. And you first have got to love yourself way before you're able to love anybody else. Man, what up, Chicago? What's up in Chirac, man? I love it out there. Man, you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm glad to be back. I will be live tomorrow. Make sure you guys, if you guys have not already, make sure y'all hit that follow button so y'all don't miss no parts of this story, no parts of this word, because we're going to be dropping it out there. What's up, New York? Man, I love y'all out there too, man. Y'all know how I am about the Big Apple, baby. But you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Make sure that you understand that you are fully responsible for the flow of your day. Come hell or high water, you get to determine how you're going to respond to whatever it is that's happening in your day. It's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. But if I blessed your soul, if I lifted your spirit, if I motivated or inspired you on today, double tap on my screen, man. Y'all passed y'all goal. Y'all are at 247,000 over here on TikTok. I appreciate y'all so much. Can we get 5 badges on the gram? We got 1,592. Can we get 400? Can we get 400 over there on the Book of Many Faces to reach our goal of 2K? Anybody that I got on TikTok, if y'all can go to Book of Many Faces and help them out real quick, let's reach our goal over there, man. Double tap on the screen. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all. If you have not subscribed to my Patreon, click the link in the bio on all 3 platforms. Click that link in my bio that says Linktree Street. Stroll down to where it says Mental Health Support Group. Get signed up expeditiously. Get in there ASAP. That's where we have devotion every single morning starting at 7:40. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have midday prayer. We have a Thursday night class. Every Thursday night starts at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. We start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're dissecting different books. Like every 2-3 months, we got a different book that we're dissecting. Erica Martin, thank you so much for that CA this morning. So if you have not gotten in there, if you like, man, I struggle with reading books by myself, you ain't got to struggle with reading them by yourself no more. Thank you, Benny Simpson. I appreciate you. Who else was that right above you? Thank you so much, Franco. I appreciate that love. If you are struggling reading books, like I just don't be reading books like that, this is the perfect place for you to be inside the Patreon, because we be reading these books and going through the highlights and everything right there together so that you can get a better understanding. And I get it. A lot of us have been out of school for a very long time. So this is going to be something brand new. So this is why we utilize that Thursday night the way that we do. So we break down mental health, physical health, spiritual health, and emotional health inside of that Patreon. So if you're not in there, you're doing yourself a huge, huge, huge disservice. Not only that, we got a 24-hour chat in there as well. So if you guys are, like going through something in life and you just need somebody to talk to, all you have to do is write it in the chat. Somebody is going to respond back to you. And I also have my own. It's an inbox that's on the Patreon as well. If you write me on that inbox on Patreon, you are more than likely going to get a response back from me, right? You're going to get a response back from me because I write back to everybody that write me inside of that chat. It's not guaranteed on these platforms, but inside of that Patreon, I take it very, 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 very seriously, man. That is my chosen family. So when you hear me saying chosen family, that's who my chosen family is, the people that's in there. Questions and answers and all of that, that's where you're going to get all of that information. Everything that you need, you're going to get it up out of there every single time. And that link is in my bio. It says Linktree Street. Stroll down to where it says mental health support group. Select the tier. Select that tier. Do not select free. If you select free, it'll let you sign up, but you will not have access to class. You will not have access to the prayer call. You will not have access to the group chat. You have to select the tier, right? You have to select the tier. I love you guys, man. So make sure y'all go get signed up expeditiously. And let's not forget boot camp. Boot camp is every single Monday, every Monday at 7 p.m. Every single Monday at 7 p.m. And the month of November is coming. And what we're talking about, see, the month of August, the A in August was accountability. The S in September was sexual sacrifice. The O in October was divine order. We talked about order. The N in November is spiritual navigation. Navigating spiritually. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm loving all the information that I am finding on that. Yes, I am. So we are on spiritual navigation. The N in November is for navigation. Who's controlling your navigation? Who's controlling your GPS? Who's controlling your flow? So if you are not in boot camp, that's on you. Because I told y'all to make sure that y'all subscribe. I told y'all to make sure y'all locked in, right? Because I'm going to tell you the reason why I have all these different classes going on. The reason why I got y'all subscribing to my IG, my Book of Many Faces, my TikTok, my Patreon. The reason why I got y'all subscribing to all of these things is because I want to make sure you guys, one, are well-rounded and y'all are surrounded by peace and positivity, surrounded by motivation and inspiration. When you look at everything that's going on right now with so much negativity, it's so much stuff going on right now. This is my way of keeping you guys locked in. So even when I give you a hard time about your homework assignments, a hard time about, showing up in class, a hard time about making sure you're in boot camp, a hard time making you sure that you're participating, is because I want you. And this time, in this moment, with everything going on, I don't want you focusing on that. I want you focusing on the relationship that you have with yourself and the relationship that you have with God. So if I can set aside all this time out of my day to sit down and create environments where we're teaching every single class, every class that I just mentioned to you guys, I show up in there. I'm not posting videos and letting you guys watch the videos. I actually participate in this. I show up and I'm there as a live instructor inside of each and every one of these classes. I'm there for you to ask me questions. I'm there to answer those questions. I'm right there with my book open, right there with everybody else. I'm right there with you. If I can do anything to help you grow spiritually, to help you heal mentally, to help you rebuild your self-esteem and your confidence, if there's anything that I can do to help you get off that couch physically and get into your day-to-day brisk walk, or signing up for yoga, signing up for Pilates, getting you a gym membership where you out there and you getting back active in life, I'm here for it. My job, it's not about being famous. My job is about being effective. I want to see you win. Even if it means I have to sacrifice my own personal time to be there. Because then I'm able to say, no, I know I taught you. I know I gave you the information. I know I was in the class. I was there. We talked about that last week. Y'all see how my mind worked? We'll be talking about something and I say, I told y'all that last week. I say that every video. You will hear me saying, what did we talk about in Christ Conscious? What did we talk about in this class? What did we talk about in that class? I'm there. I'm there. I know what we're learning. I remember these classes. So I know what you should know already. I know what notes you should know already. Very hands-on. I'm not your regular coach. And I'm not ashamed to admit it. I'm not your regular coach. I'm not too busy to not be hands-on. I am hands-on. on. I am right there. Not only am I your coach, I'm your coach and your accountability buddy. I am on you. I run a strict program. I'm not one of those people that's so big and can't show up for this. No, I'm there. I'm right there. And I notice when you're not. I'm right there. And I notice when you're not. I know when you're slacking. I know when you halfway doing. Oh yeah, I be knowing. Even if I don't say nothing, I still be knowing. I just wait on you to come to class. And when you come to class and admit that you've been slacking off, I just be like, yeah, well, I'm glad you told on yourself. You know what I'm saying? I know you. Hey, I ain't got to tell you what you already know. People be already knowing. I ain't got to tell you what you already know. You already know that. But I love you guys, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get my workout on because I've been down for 2 days with traveling. And before I go, thank you to every single one of you guys, man, that was following my lives and my reels and everything that I've been posting for the past 2 days. God did present to me an opportunity to become a part of a brand that I'm really looking into. I am putting the pieces together, and I want to actually sit down and talk with my team to make sure that everybody is on board, because I do know that in order for me to be successful at it, I'm going to need all of my people. I'm going to need all of my people to make sure that they're locked in with me. And I'm telling you, and when I say that, to say that even if I'm traveling and even if I got something going on, that they are willing to hold down the fort for me until I get back. I know I got trips that's coming up, like going to Africa and speaking in Africa and doing missionary work in Africa. I want to make sure that everything is still rolling right along, and I want to make sure that I have a solid team that's going to be right there behind me, that's supporting me. And when I tell you, to my chosen family, I love you guys so much. I know I tell y'all this all the time, but the way that y'all showed up, every live video I seen y'all popping in, I'm in a board meeting with these folks and they read my comments on my live, and y'all is showing out on my lives, and that's my coach. I love her. You know what I mean? We support her. Y'all had these people she is big out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had it, she is big out here. For all of my supporters that I spoke to in Miami, that was showing love, that was on other people's lives, other people who are also influencers. Y'all on their lives and y'all talking about me, and that's my girl, that street, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all the love and all the support, man. You guys know, y'all know how I am. I'm a very humble person, and I'm not used to a lot of love. And I've told you guys my backstory before. So for me to experience all the love that I was experiencing this weekend, you know what I mean? It was a lot. It was a lot. And I will say this, I don't mind traveling, but I pray to God that in this season that we're going into, that I'm able to take my assistant and my videographer with me everywhere that I go. It's something about when I have those two. Y'all know Crystal handles everything, behind the scenes, everything, setting up everything for me, making sure I got all my stuff. But when I travel, majority of the time, I travel with Rambo and Mimi, right? So traveling with them is completely different. I'm telling you, whatever Crystal tell them, they do. However she set it up for them, they do it just like that. And these three people have mastered being able to make sure that I have everything that I need. You know what I'm saying? When I'm turning around, all I have to do is show up and speak. All I have to do is show up and do what I need to do. I don't worry about nothing. I don't, you know what I mean? And I can focus. And I tell you what, I felt it. I felt it this week. I felt it. It was only for 2 days. But I still felt it because I still had to watch over myself. You know what I'm saying? I still had to watch over myself. I still had to make sure I had all these things, you know what I'm saying? And I really wish, I know you guys seen the live videos. I really wish I would have. It was so much other stuff that I missed out on because I was trying to record and stuff myself. And I really needed Mimi because I needed her to be there to record, because she catches all of these moments, all these things that I missed. She would have for sure had it already on her camera. She knows how to do it. She knows how to follow me. She knows how to make sure that this, and this. And I'm telling you, this is just how they are. I left my tripod, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm out there with no tripod. Rambo would have had that tripod. And she would have made sure I had that battery pack. It wouldn't have been at 43%. It would have been at 100%. And she would have had a backup one. But I was out there doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it really opened my eyes to a lot, to say, use your team. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be the season of that. Use your team. God placed people in your life for a reason. He put those people in your life for a reason, and they got jobs that they gotta do, and I got to make sure that they able to do their job, because your girl was out there thugging it. But I do appreciate all the love and support, because y'all do not play. Y'all do not play. Y'all was on everything, and y'all was showing support and love on everything. And I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all. I really and truly do. Thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. And once everything is finalized and I know exactly how this is going to work, I'm going to bring it to you guys, and I'll have it set up to where you guys will be able to do what y'all need to do based on your own individual needs. Okay? Because I really believe in what it is that I'm about to do. I really and truly do. So for those of you that were saying, is she sure she's going to do this? I am 100% sure. I just have to see how it's going to work, and I don't like to commit to anything without prayer, right? So I'm going to, I got some prayer on it. I got my fasting days in it, and then once God gives me the go, then we going to go. Then we going, and it's going to be good. We going, and it's going to be good. So I love you guys, and I want you guys to have a beautiful day. Thank y'all so much. Talk to y'all soon. All right, you guys have a beautiful day. I love y'all.